Folks, I've been waiting for this moment for a very long time. And so have many of you waited for a very long time. So here it is, my friends. I am happy and proud to finally bring you a Grimberg Less Lethal launcher, specifically the recently released Grimberg Carry. This is one of the American brand's latest and most compact launchers that so many of you simply swear by. Okay, let's now shoot 3 of these 1/4-inch Baltic birch plywood board. I always use this specific board for this specific type of launcher, just so we can compare the apples with the apples. So yeah, let's see how many of these we can penetrate. All right, let's see what damage we did on our 1/4-inch Baltic birch plywood board. As you see, I missed one, so 4 balls went through the first board, or most of them went through the first. I think actually some of them might have bounced off. I only see 2 out of the 5 projectiles between the first and the second one. Absolutely nothing on the second one other than a little bit of denting. This, my friends, is a less lethal self-defense launcher or air gun. It is powered by small CO2 cartridges and it shoots 5 large 68 caliber round projectiles like the brand's famous Jewel ammo. These 68 caliber Grimberg Jewel round balls are incredibly well made. They are well balanced, solid, and made of an incredibly tough compost, which of course includes metal, as you can see from the magnet, which is placed up here to actually keep the ammo in place when you're loading it in the magazine. By the way, throughout this video, I'll always be shooting from more or less 20 feet distance, which is the average self-defense range considered by the FBI. I here have a 10-pound block of clay. Voila! That we are going to cover up with a tiny little hoodie. We already shot this once before. As you see, we also penetrated, and my wife re-sewed it, as we like to recycle our targets here when possible. So again, we have a 10-pound of clay block covered by a little hoodie, and let's see how this launcher does in clothing penetration. All right, let's see the results here. We have 1 ball that did not penetrate, did a nice denting for sure. This ball is pretty stuck in there, but okay, it came out. Then we have a complete penetration into the hoodie and another what looks like complete penetration in the hoodie. So let's have a look. Look at those holes. Oh my goodness. All right, so look at that. We still have 2 of them nicely and stuck in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. We hit it 4 times, missed once. For those of you who know my channel, you are well aware and up to date with most of the latest and most powerful less lethal air guns out there. You also know that I consider the Pastel X68 as the most powerful launcher at this moment. And today we're seeing how the Grimberg carry compares. And so far I can tell you that it is nowhere near as powerful as the Pastel X68, but it is indeed considerably more powerful, for example, than the Berna CL, which is, I guess, its biggest competitor at the moment, given that they are both compact launchers. I guess another way to explain less lethal is by calling this type of weapon trauma-inducing. They are made to knock out, to break a rib, at worst to crack a skull. One thing they are not made for is penetration. Now that said, we will still shoot this mini block of 10% ballistic gel to see how far we can penetrate it, or if we can even penetrate it at all. Well, folks, as suspected, no penetration. All the balls bounced off. As you can see, here are the marks where we hit the gel. I missed one, I guess. Nevertheless, again, no penetration. The gel kept moving back, so indeed there was power pushing this whole block back. As you can see, the Grimberg carry is extremely compact and easily concealable. And as I said, this type of air gun is considered a less lethal air gun. It is made for people who don't want or can't carry firearms. It is also designed for the many countries where firearms are simply not present or not allowed, but petty crimes are on the rise. And even there, something like this may be considered too powerful or exceed a country's foot-pound or joules energy limits. So not only will this thing break bones and produce a lot of pain, but it also shoots 68 caliber tear gas or pepper balls, which we're going to experiment against our long-necked bad guy here. All right, my friends, looks like we did indeed deliver some good shots on our bad guy here. However, we also saw some of the shots just kind of bursting inside of the gun before even leaving the barrel. We used a normal type of pepper ball, of powder ball. Now, there is also out there a type of ammunition called steel core pepper ball, and those are probably the ones that you want for this type of gun. Because they have a steel core, which means they are easier to load, and also just generally the mechanics of this gun prefers a steel ammunition, and also because they are known to be a lot more resistant, so they should not burst inside of your gun before even leaving it. So again, I would go for the steel core pepper balls. Now, when it comes to ammo, I always recommend to alternate in a magazine hard-hitting balls with pepper balls. Now, you can put 1 and 1 or 3 hard-hitting and then 2 pepper balls, whichever, but it's always good to alternate your ammo inside of the magazine. The Grimberg carry can be powered by 8 gram, 12 gram, or 18 gram CO2 cartridges, as long as they're threaded, as these are the screw-on type. And of course, the 8 gram cartridges are the ones that will make the carry look super compact, and thus the only ones that we'll be shooting today. But unlike most other launchers of its kind with fast removable magazines, the loading process for the carry is more of a permanent one. So let me show you. So this is where the CO2 cartridge goes, and this is where the magazine is. So in order to access it, we have to unscrew the bottom part of the gun's grip, being very careful because there is a spring that tends to shoot out when you unscrew it. So we take the lid, the bottom part off, we pull out the spring with the chaser right here, and this is, now we have exposed the CO2 chamber and the magazine where we load 5 of the CO2 balls. Now, as you can see, there's a magnet here, which, as again, it is made to capture that first ball. There you go. I don't know if you heard that click, but that was the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. So now we loaded all 5 projectiles. We stick our spring back in, kind of push it down, and go back with our cap. Screw it on. So now our ammo is loaded. Next up is our CO2. Again, we have our little CO2 compartment right there. 8-gram cartridge, which we will screw in all the way. Now, this little rubber cover right here is both for looks, I guess, to, you know, kind of make it look nice and compact with the same color, but mainly it is made so you can easily kind of grab the cartridge and twist it, give it that little final twist that will actually pierce the cartridge. All right, folks, let's test a real case scenario where we have 3 guys, and I'll be on the loose trying to hit all 3 while shooting fast and hopefully hit the targets. All right, my friends, I have no idea what happened exactly. We shot our first target, no bullseye. Nevertheless, we did kind of hit him. This one, unfortunately, fell off. Let's see. Okay, so we did hit him in the chest and got him a bit too high. Then, I don't know what happened. I ran out of shots. Well, folks, I'm sorry. This was kind of a shit show, really. And to make things even worse, I completely ran out of CO2 cartridges. Now, unfortunately, these are the hard type to find. They are 8 grams threaded. So it's not like I can really order them and have them come so I can finish this video. So we're going to finish this video with no chrono test, which is a bummer because it's usually the most important test. Just so I can let you guys know exactly what type of energy this gun outputs. So this gun also, I did not mention, comes with a different lengths of barrel. This is the shortest barrel, and it's a 3.8 inch barrel. And so with this barrel, the manual says that the gun will reach around 33 joules, while with the longer 7.5 inch barrel in a 16 gram CO2 cartridge, it will reach up to 50 plus joules. So again, this one right here should be around 30 joules, somewhere within the 24-25 foot-pound energy. I do want to say a big, huge thank you to the channel's members and supporters. As always, guys, thank you so much for your contribution. It means the world to me and to the channel. It truly is priceless. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think of the Grimberg carry. A very little nice piece of self-defense machine. Has its pros, has its cons. Nevertheless, it is very cool, and I love the little kind of gold black version that they sent me. And thank you, Grimberg, by the way, for sending me your launcher so I could show my viewers. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for clicking that like button if you did indeed like this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you at the next one.